Congresswoman, none of this matters unless there's a nuclear war, which you voted to send arms and weapons to Ukraine. Tulsi Gabbard, she's left the Democratic Party because they're a bunch of war hawks. Okay? You originally voted, you ran as an outsider, yet you've been voting to start this war in Ukraine. You're voting to start a thermonuclear war with Russia and China. Why are you playing with the lives of American citizens? You're playing with our lives.
There's a civil war going on in the Democratic Party, one that's in the process of bringing the entire party crashing down. We're going to look at AOC's absolutely humiliating town hall yesterday, and stick with me to the very end of this video when we'll find out how the Democratic Party is yet again shattering right before our very eyes. AOC Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the darling of the woke left, hosted a public town hall in her own district in the Bronx yesterday, and let's just say it didn't go as planned. First and foremost, look at the attendance. I mean, look at that. That's about as bad as it gets. A third-grade violin recital draws a bigger audience than this. That's not an exaggeration. I mean, it looks like a Biden rally. Everyone looks so bored. They're all looking at each other, asking, why did I think this was a good idea? So you've got this absolutely humiliating turnout. And again, this is in her own district. This is her power base. And then to add insult to injury, look at this. The one guy standing to the side is holding a banner that says hashtag oust AOC and vote for Tina Forte or Republican challenger. So just the setting itself is about as degrading as it gets. But then, in the midst of her pathetically boring presentation, her own constituents begin to turn on her.
There will be no neighbors if there's a nuclear bomb. You voted to mobilize and send money to Ukrainian Nazis. You're a coward. You're a progressive socialist. Where are you against the war mobilization? He's telling the right truth. You have done nothing. Tulsi Gabbard has shown guts where you've shown cowardice. I believed in you, and you became the very thing you sought to fight against. That's what you've become. You are the establishment, and you are the reason why everybody will end up in a nuclear war unless you choose to stand up right now and denounce the Democratic Party. Will you do that? Yes or no? Okay, simple. Are you going to stop nuclear war? Yes or no? There is no line, because this is bullshit. None of this matters if we're all dead. None of it. You know that. Then let's take it up right now, because this is the only thing that matters. This is the only thing that matters right now. We could be in a nuclear war at any minute, and you continue to fund it. That's what's going on. Why not right now? You're the liar here. Nobody has held you accountable. That's what's happening. And it is time for you to stand up and realize that what you've been saying has been lies. Let your conscience come through for once.
You are the establishment. You're no populist. You're no champion of the people fighting valiantly against the permanent political class. You are the permanent political class. You're clicking glasses with the rich and famous, all the while wearing stupid dresses with virtue signaling messages. Dresses, by the way, that cost tens of thousands of dollars. You are the establishment, and therefore you are a fraud. Now, obviously, there are several things coming to the fore here. Tulsi Gabbard was mentioned by both protesters. We talked about this on our video yesterday, analyzing her announcement that she was leaving the Democratic Party. And I'm sure many of you know that the first candidate that she endorsed since that announcement was the Trump-endorsed Joe Kent for the House race in Washington State. A very bold move, and one that certainly helped to solidify her populist bona fides, as it were. But what Tulsi and these protesters at that town hall are doing is they're exposing the radical weakness inherent in the Democratic Party, a weakness that promises to bring the entire party down. But first, I need to show my populist bona fides, and I can do that by encouraging you to click on that link below and get a wonderful aromatic bag of Mike Lindell's brand new Mike Coffee. Mike's Coffee can be delivered right to your front door. It comes in a variety of flavors, ground or whole bean, plus it's certified organic and non-GMO. And the best part is you'll know that with every sip, you're supporting a true patriot who's fighting for freedom, and you can do the same. Click on that link below or go to mystore.com and use code Turley for 25% off, not just the coffee, but all their products. It's so awesome. Click on that link below. Enjoy the best patriotic products with their best savings ever with code Turley. What this defection from the Democratic Party is revealing is that wokeness, far from being the glue that holds the Democrats together, is actually shattering the party. We have data on this. There are a number of surveys that all show the same thing. When you ask Democrats if they support some, identity politics agenda, do you support CRT being taught in our schools or transgender athletes competing in women's sports, whatever it is, the answers generally come back split down the middle. About 50% say yes, 50% say no. But when you ask Republicans the same questions, what's their answer? What's your answer? Right? It's not just a no, it's a what? It's a resounding hell no. So what wokeness is actually doing is it's splitting the left and it's uniting the right. In other words, the right is far more likely to vote against woke issues than the left is to vote for them. So we've got that, but then we have this interesting recurring refrain of the Ukraine war and the threat of nuclear Armageddon coming into the mix. Tulsi brought that up in her farewell address to the Democratic Party. These two protesters brought that up at the town hall. So what's up with that? Where does Ukraine fit into this? And this is where I believe Jordan Peterson's recent analysis about the Ukrainian conflict is so poignant.
I think Putin has weaponized a certain degree of anti-woke sentiment among Russians. And some of that anti-woke doctrine, let's say, which is more conservative, he may also believe. But minimally, he's managed to use it very effectively on the propaganda front. And that's certainly one of the factors that's driving the war and sustaining it and causing it.
Peterson has developed this line of thought in a very extensive article where he argues that wokeness isn't just wrong. It's not just nuts. Wokeness is actually geopolitically dangerous. And as we're seeing from the concerns of these protesters, it could be potentially catastrophic. But first, don't let wokeness be catastrophic for your business. My good friend Josh Zaglowski, co-founder of ERC Specialist, is making sure that you and your business can thrive no matter what bumbling Biden throws at you through what's known as the Employee Retention Credit. If you're a small business owner looking to get up to $26,000 per employee back from bumbling Biden, click on that link in the description below to see if you qualify today. It's an absolutely amazing opportunity. What Jordan Peterson argues here is that, and I think we can all sympathize with this, wokeness is seen by the rest of the world, the non-woke world, 80% of the world, as not merely wrong. It's seen as insane. It's nuts. And for right or for wrong, Putin has been able to weaponize a radically anti-woke sentiment among the Russian population. And the way he's done that, and he's been doing this for at least 10 years or so, is that he frames wokeness as an attack, a visceral attack against Russian and traditionalist civilization. And so as far as the Russian people are concerned, this war against the woke West is a thoroughly civilizational war. It's a clash between two mutually exclusive civilizations, one that promises to be a brave, new, progressive world guided by absurdity and insanity that doesn't even know what a woman is, versus a 1,000-year Russian civilization guided by the bedrock of religion and tradition. And here's the key. Because wokeness seeks to cancel anything that opposes it, Putin can plausibly convince his population that the woke West wants to completely cancel Russia. And so their fight in Ukraine is an existential fight. It's a fight for their very survival. That, I believe, is a key connection between the absurdities of wokeness in the Democratic Party on the one hand and the dire nature of the Ukrainian conflict on the other. And that is why we're seeing so many Democrats begin to defect and align themselves with a party and with candidates who guarantee the end of wokeness here at home and in the process, the end of the Democratic Party as well. As always, make sure you smack that bell and subscribe button and check out my latest video on Christians and Muslims shutting down a woke school board in Dearborn, Michigan as another backlash against Democrats by Democrats rises up. You're going to absolutely love it. So make sure to click on that link and I'll see you over there. God bless.